magic to cast it twice. We have Heal More, ready to rock and roll. We might see some plinking on some bigger enemies, and we are underway, Centroid, with 3 chests to open in the throne room.
That's always a good feeling when you look at your spells and you see Heal More to start. I mean, only 13 hit points, but it's still great. We have an herb start. Ooh, and we have what looks like to be 2 magic keys. So we're going to see a little bit of setup here, probably from both runners. Potentially setting up for an early gold grind if it's available to us.
Well, Hangry is indeed doing that after trying to take the door with them, and VaeluV is doing the same. Will they both save? Indeed, they're both saving for a quick reset. We'll see what we get. Because with these 2 keys, they can go into the treasury here, the armory in the castle. 4 chests available with this 2-key start. Here we go. We've got a torch, not exciting. We've got a death necklace, and now we will get some repeats of chests. That is not a death necklace. It is a silver harp, so it's a story item. And we have gold, so there is a gold chest to grind, and unfortunately for VaeluV, potentially did it in the wrong order, but we don't know if there's anything nearby. But Hangry, who in his last matchup when he lost, married himself to a big gold grind at the start and spent 30 minutes trying to spend it, never getting to use much of it, and lost the race pretty handily. There is a town. Look at this, Centroid.
Ooh, Garenham. So definitely some potential for some use for all that gold. And they also have kind of 3 choices to use with these keys too, depending what's back there. But I think the safer bet might be to just take the gold and broadsword.
For Hangry. Hangry's going to get a silver shield for sure and a broadsword. But VaeluV's already got the knowledge, knowing how much to take. Hangry might go all the way to maximum setup here. 32,300. Looking for the full boat of buying. Let's see how far he goes. And actually, a good point made in chat. There's also the potential to reset and check what is in the back half. And that's what VaeluV is doing. Very smart heads-up play here, Centroid. Let's see what these 3 chests have available.
See, we have gold, fairy water, and a dragon scale. Nothing too special. So the only way I would keep this reset is if this basement is like the free cave and we get one of the Erdrick's items, but we'll have to see what's downstairs.
About to head down here, VaeluV. Going down the stairs, it is the Rainbow Drop Traded, or as some in the community call it, the Jerk Cave. So we should get a fresh start here. Because you cannot do the grind off of that save, I don't think.
No, it wouldn't work. That reset was pretty necessary. Honestly, I think the best choice here would be to take the broadsword and the silver shield and just go. I do. There is something to be said here for the thoroughness that VaeluV is going through. He's going to be picking up quite a bit of knowledge here that'll help him later on. I do like Hangry Canuck is just going straight for the money and going straight for the equipment. So
the other trade cave. Look at this. They're both near the start, Centroid. So no problems. Get your store items, come home, get the trades done, and you know what you need. But VaeluV needs to start fresh here to get that gold grind set up for the shield and the broadsword.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, VaeluV only really needs to grind like 17k here. He doesn't have to go all the way to 34,000 or whatever, so hopefully it shouldn't take him too long. If I don't know if you remember to go back up to the throne room though, so
well, it won't matter regardless with the save. I believe it would have to be a restart from VaeluV to get that grind set up.
That's true. So he might do a slow grind here to just grab 1,500 and be on his way.
So yeah, unfortunately for VaeluV, has to do a full restart to get that grind to work correctly. Not able to do. I'm not sure what going for here. Or I guess just going to start with that and not do the grind. Maybe not aware of the grind as a possibility.
Hangry Canuck has made it up to level 3 with his broadsword. Quite a bit of a jump in stats. We have about, over 2 levels, about 19 strength gain, and quite a bit of agility gain. So a little more staying power in the field, definitely, for this early game.
There's some potential big gapping issue here if VaeluV is not aware of that grind. Either has forgotten about it, saw it in effect and did the setup initially, but seems to not be restarting fresh to get it. Very interesting.
Yeah, I admit it definitely took some research for me to figure it out my first time. It's, there's a few counterintuitive steps to set up, so it isn't too difficult, but yeah, it's got some nuances to it for sure.
Indeed, but he did do the grind initially with the re-entering the throne room, so has to be aware it's a thing. Either way, it just looks like it's going to be slimes and red slimes for VaeluV. Well, Hangry's already hit level 4. And now it looks like VaeluV having some difficulty with this Magidrake, probably getting sent home here. Hangry, meanwhile, can probably take out this Warlock in 2 hits, and this will get level 5, I believe. Or am I miscounting in my brain here? No, it's 82. Well, I was thinking 65. I must be thinking of a different experience set. Either way, another Magidrake troll job here against VaeluV.
VaeluV might not be that far behind if he buys a couple torches and starts chucking them at those Magidrakes. That would be a quick way to get, make up some ground very quickly.
A useful thing but not quite going that route. And we had a wolf kill here for level 5 on Hangry's side. Ooh, look at that power. That's a pretty good level all around. Very nice stat gains. In the meantime, VaeluV continuing to just take shots at this Magidrake, but it's the club is just bouncing off and using herbs to heal, going for the slow roll takedown. Really needs to get a crit here, I think, to effectively get rid of this Magidrake. Going for the kill with that swing. Does not get it and will be sent back to the King Centroid. Meanwhile, Hangry running into Magidrakes and having no real issues, continue to slam away and take them down with that vicious broadsword that he is carrying. That Magidrake saw what happened, it just got out of dodge.
Yeah, here we see VaeluV is now stocking up on torches. Obviously, the broadsword is going to be, an advantage for Hangry, but there's still plenty of time for VaeluV to grab a couple levels and, even out the attack power difference here.
Meanwhile, level 6 for thehangrycanuck. Let's see if the stats are as nice as last time. Definitely not, but 9 hit points, not bad. Add a spell. What do we get? Radiant, can see in the dark now. That agility on level 2 is something else. My goodness.
That is a big help. And like a giant attack power and agility at level 2. VaeluV is going to have a little bit easier of a time with these Magidrakes, which probably will be good monster choice to grind on for a bit. Also probably looking for some scorpions in this area. Hangry's finding Hawksness. I'm not sure he's set up yet to fight the boss, but not a bad idea to poke in and see what's sitting here for him to come back to later.
It's a stone man, and he runs away as fast as he can because he did not want to fight it.
Yeah, in case you're unaware, you are able to run away from these trap tiles. It will just set you back one tile. so that you can't cheat. You can't run away from the spike tile and then grab the search spot. But it is helpful to be able to bail if you are in over your head in in that instance.
A rogue scorpion takedown a hangry. Back to the king he goes, minus half his gold. Doesn't really care so much. Maybe find a town and get a full plate or a half plate with that leftover money would be nice, but not a lot left to buy here for hangry, so not the end of the world. There's a lot of desert tiles to the south of the castle and Garanum. Definitely something you don't want to be seeing necessarily, but I was going to say nothing dangerous, but there comes a stone man emerging from the sands, and Hangry barely escapes with his life. Meanwhile, the lock of keys, yeah, that is something interesting being brought up in chat, but knowing what's behind these doors, you don't need those keys until later for those two particular doors. So, not that huge a deal, and honestly, exploration still will determine this matchup more than anything, one would say.
VaeluV reaches level 4, and it's just a couple monsters away from hitting level 5.
You get those levels pretty quick, but man, Hangry's rapidly closing in on level 7. Fighting a gold man, bit of a interesting choice here. They supply 6 experience. It is max gold, but he doesn't need gold. And what do we get? We have Cantlin. The shopping mall has been located. Will Hangry be able to find a full plate here? And without keys, cannot check the second shop. There's only one shop left. Hoping for a half plate or a full plate to really up that defense. And it's a half plate. That's the best he's going to do here, Centroid.
Yeah, that's still a pretty good pickup for sure. VaeluV getting to level 5. Attack power's up in the 40s. Probably going to be a little smoother sailing now.
Either way, regardless of how VaeluV's playing it, not by any means out of this race. A bit behind here early on, but it's really going to come down to exploration and also a little bit of that RNG, for sure. So with this done, Hangry's going to spend 100 gold to stay at the most expensive hotel in all the land. It's just an inn with a dusty old bed, but, you know, it's got the least amount of dust, I assume.
Yeah, I wonder if 100 gold gets you both of those rooms in Cantlin. If it's like a king suite or something.
Who knows what it would be? Those in chat could give their theories of the lore of the Cantlin Inn. Either way, Hangry enjoying these enemies here, but looking at the quality, it's not that big a difference, despite the fact it's only a club in the hands of VaeluV. And Hangry's strength really is quite a bit off comparative to VaeluV's early. VaeluV up to actually ahead now based on the levels they're on, but that won't last for long. Hangry should get to level 7 here with this Druid Lord. Oh, what a level 3 double-digit gain, Centroid. Agility, the only one not getting a big number there.
Oh my goodness.
Very nice level.
Yeah, that's a giant boost in MP, and you can already see that we have one stat in the orange already on thehangrycanuck side, which means that's a orange means that you are starting to approach end game level where it might be starting to be safe to take on the final dungeon. Once those stats turn green, that's when you're in the suggested range, and probably safe to take a dive.
VaeluV doing a check in Hawksness, finding out what's in there, and is like, you know what? I'm good. Send me home. Hangry, meanwhile, running into his old nemesis, the rogue scorpion, throwing that baby breath out. But so far unable to get away from it. Will he make his escape? Gonna cast Heal More. Probably the right decision to try to keep alive and get away. And both of them getting away from those rogue scorpions, but Hangry spent a lot of time trying to make way. And look, his friend is back! And again! And again! That rogue scorpion is relentless!
It's the same one.
And again!
This is a rather large swamp to try to wade through to get away from the castle. This wyvern is a very nice enemy at this point of the game because you can see that nice 64 experience point gain there. I'd love to find it if I'm in this spot. I'd love to find a few more of those for sure.
Absolutely, this is a massive amount of swamp here. And look, his friend is back as he gets out of the swamp, and we find the big C. Sharlock makes its appearance. The final area in the game, and hey, a town as well.
It's the town of Cole, and this could be very good if he finds something on this search tile.
It's the sword, the stick. So that weapon, if VaeluV gets there sooner than later, is less of an advantage now. However, how long will it take VaeluV to get there? Well, first things first, it's a metal slime. It takes a hit and goes, nope, and gets out of there. VaeluV would have to go south from here. Does VaeluV go south from Catlin after doing a little exploration in here? And yes, indeed, it is a large swath of swamp that lies in the way. Will VaeluV tempt the fates of the rogue scorpion swamp and try to cross that morass? Meanwhile, Hangry is closing in on level 8 here with his Droll Magi kill. Only 16 experience to go.
Hangry's running into, he was running into some good enemies, but he just walked right into a wall. This Armor Knight is going to be very tough to escape from, but other than that, there seems to be a nice crop of mid-game enemies around Cole. There was a Wyvern, there was the Droll Magi, he did see the Druid Lord earlier, as VaeluV has found now, and that Rogue Scorpion's not bad. It's just got a lot of agility, so it might be, well, at 96 attack power, he could probably take it on, but Rogue Scorpions are a little dangerous.
Wow, they definitely are a little. The Rogue Scorpion, the mascot of the race so far, has been quite mean to Hangry. Meanwhile, over on VaeluV's side, only 31 experience points to go to level 7. Will take on this Magic Wyvern and just nope it out of there right now. And with that 31 damage, probably the right decision. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. VaeluV's going back to the start. And this will be level 8 off of this Warlock for Hangry. Can't be as good as last time. Is it remotely good? We get a spell at least. Looks like it was Return. Maybe Sleep as well?
Yes, he picked up Sleep on level 8, and I'm wondering with 97 attack power if he wants to take a chance at that Stone Man in Hawksness now. He's got a Heal More, and about 60 HP, so he could probably take one punch, and if he gets lucky with Sleep Luck, who knows? He might be able to pull off that one and potentially find Urtrix Armor or something. And here we get level 7 for VaeluV, getting that 15 power pickup and 12 hit points and 19 magic points. That is a giant level.
Not sure where VaeluV is right now. I think not far from Hoxus. I think Hoxus was across that bridge that VaeluV just passed. So heading south from that area, let's see what VaeluV finds. Meanwhile, Hangry finds a stone man in the swamp. Going for sleep. Does not get it. Does not get away. Still alive though. 1 whole hit point. Goes for sleep. Ooh. Time to get out of dodge.
Now, VaeluV keeps pushing south a little bit. He will run into Cole and pick up his free Erdrick sword that's just sitting in town square, just waiting, just calling his name.
We have a cave on Hangry's side. VaeluV indeed not far from Cole. It's a little to the west. Seems to be heading the right way. Let's see, though, if Hangry is going to give us a glance at an interesting cave, since we've seen both trade locations already. It's the freebie cave! And it's empty, so herbs, perhaps? Or keys? No keys. It has to be herbs. Can't imagine what else that would be. And here we go, a big get for VaeluV. This is going to even things up in a hurry. There's still the definite equipment advantage on the armor for Hangry, but this will set things up nicely for VaeluV as the stick now in his possession.
I haven't noticed a lot of monsters so far that have really dangerous abilities yet. Like, we have not seen any Dragon Lord Breath as far as I can remember, and we haven't seen anything with anything particularly nasty. So maybe this armor disparity might not even come into play too much.
Oh, the armor disparity means even more if you're not looking out for Dragon Lord 2 and Hurtmores. Being able to tank physicals is pretty big, and this is not the right time to see a green dragon, Hangry. Down goes Hangry. A Droll Magi for VaeluV does get the drop on him, but with that sword should be a 2-turn fight. Almost a 1-turn fight. 34 damage. Big rolls here. Cast Radiant because the sun wasn't bright enough, and now potentially going back to town to fill up? I'm not sure. Regardless, the next big find for our 2 racers might just be keys. Hey, a rogue scorpion kill. Our poor mascot got taken down. Dead end up in the foothills. That is where Hangry died earlier to the Armor Knight, so Hangry might try to get back there. And hey, there's a wolf with sleep. That's minorly annoying. How about a metal slime? That's 1. That's 1. Can VaeluV get... That's 2. Will VaeluV get to kill a metal slime and make up half of this experience? Yes! 3 for 3, Centroid!
Oh, that is huge.
Unbelievable!
That's going to take him to level 8 as well, and his attack power is already over 100, which is amazing for this point in the game. We're already starting to see the difference in builds here. VaeluV has a 4-point advantage in attack power using the strength HP build.
I just have to ask you, what's his attack power at?
101.
Let's say over 100, and I was going to go, what? 100?
It's over 100.
Man, we're really good at this memeing thing. Moving on with things here. We see Hangry again trying to get through Rogue Scorpion Stone Man Alley. And let's see if they can avoid it. Gets a Warlock. Meanwhile, a Blue Dragon. VaeluV going after it. And there's your first Hurtmore, I believe, at the hands of a Blue Dragon. Claws of a Blue Dragon? Something with a Blue Dragon, regardless. And a Wyvern, an excellent set of eats here. Could be killed in 1, not quite, but Hangry will easily say, yes, ma'am, and take that 64 experience to the bank. But as you can see, VaeluV's almost caught up in level now. Really close that gap with that metal slime kill. Really even things up.
Yeah, that was such a nice pickup for him. We did see Hangry find level 9, which brought us about another 10 hit points or so, which is just gonna help us even more because now heal more is definitely more worth our time when we use those 8 magic points.
If I may say, this is a really timely thing then for VaeluV. That 13 hit points is really going to help for this. Looks like attempted takedown of a stone man that's about to commence. That'll really make things nice. And if this is the armor, VaeluV is going to have a definite advantage. And speaking of stone man, Hangry runs into one in the wild.
Yeah, I can't remember if VaeluV has been into Hawksness yet, but either way, it does look like he is going after this stone man for sure.
Straight at it. Straight attacks, heal more, straight attacks. If there's nothing dangerous coming from this stone man, this is maybe the way to do it, but look at that, 37 damage. It's a little risky. Survives it, another heal more coming. As we find Rimuldar from Hangry. Keys to Hangry. Oh boy, the Stone Man is throwing some real dangerous stuff out here. Now sleep. Puts the Stone Man to sleep. Should see a heal here, you'd have to think. Stone Man continues to sleep, Centroid. And it's down! It's down! Will we see the armor? What do we get, if anything? It's the token! A bit of a troll there. We're getting an in-check meanwhile from Hangry. In the end, we have wings, which is vanilla, I believe.
It is, yes.
Big Slamu, probably not worth it. Stone Men are considered one of the worst grinds. And with the hit points as they are, that's a tough ask to grind there efficiently. So I think VaeluV indeed is just going to move on. Meanwhile, we have a cave from Hangry. Swamp Cave. Going swamp south to swamp north. And another cave and another cave. Oh my.
Well, the only caves that are left now are mountain caves is the one we're in. But yeah, we
double metal slime action here. One hit on VaeluV's side. 2 hits on VaeluV's side. 1 on Hangry's side. There's another metal slime kill for VaeluV. Unbelievable. Hangry gets a metal enemy. Too bad it's a scorpion. Hangry's metal slime took off after taking, I believe, 2 hits. Unfortunate stuff there. But hey, more metal enemies showing up for Hangry to take down. And look at that experience lead for VaeluV. Rapidly approaching level 10. Metal slimes, man, they're swingy, but they sure are fun to watch. Hangry got a key smashing when he found Rimuldar. Or Rimuldar, if you want to say it like everybody else.
VaeluV picks up another nice batch of hit points at level 10. And we're about to see what... Oh, Stones of Sunlight in the Mountain Cave for Hangry. Another gold chest. And we still have 2 more chests to check in Mountain Cave.
We have 6. It's the 6. It's Toronto. Or Breckenry, if you prefer. VaeluV just wandering through town. Maybe going to get some fairy water? It looks like it.
Yeah, this is a good call. Being now that he has a sword, definitely doesn't want to waste his time with slimes and drakies. He just wants to see stuff he can get some good experience points from.
Is that another magic key?
Another magic key.
Cave. Unbelievable. So, options abound here for VaeluV. Just got to find Rimuldar or the Swamp Cave and head on through.
Now, remember, Hangry saw another cave outside of, on the second continent. So we're either going to see the tablet cave or grave, not sure which, but still potential for another item or 5 for Hangry.
Slamu, for you're wondering, I call Breckenry, it's called 6 by a lot of the community. Toronto refers to itself as the 6 for the start of their area code. Just a bit of a basketball thing for you. Either way, Metal Slime there, Hangry couldn't take it down. But hey, another Metal Scorpion going, I will jump on the grenade for you. And no, I don't make jokes about hockey. Hockey's boring. There you go. There's a Canadian opinion for you. And the other cave is... Well, look at that. All the big chests in one area. Hangry going the wrong way, though.
That's the dream right there. 10 quick checks within maybe 3 minutes.
Jack is aware of my opinions of hockey. Don't worry. Don't you worry. Jack and I still are best buds forever. It's cool. Regardless, Hangry closing in on 3 chests here, Centroid. What are we going to get?
More wings. We have a fighter's ring. That'll come in very handy.
Fighter's ring adding 2 strength once worn as an item. Hangry going to talk to the chest and then going to throw on the fighter's ring.
And some more fairy water.
What's VaeluV going to do here? Really struggling to get away. Tries to run. Unavailable. 404. Back to the king goes VaeluV.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. He has some great stats for level 10, but unfortunately the agility is just still rather low at this point. So still tough to run away from those end game enemies.
Centroid, don't let anyone in the community hear you talking about agility and whether it matters or not. Agility is just a number, as you often hear people say.
There are various theories on how exactly the random number generator works in this game. Not sure, but in theory, the higher your agility is, the easier it is to run away from enemies.
Hangry now on the side passage out of this chest gets the fairy flute. So a special item, but usually fairly useless, unfortunately. It takes 8 seconds to play the flute to put a golem to sleep. Usually not very efficient use of your time. Meanwhile, a rogue scorpion for VaeluV gonna get over 1,800 experience with this takedown. It has baby breath, not that scary. I believe that's vanilla as well. Druid Lord in the Dark, that's also vanilla. Is this even randomized, etc., etc., etc.? As Hangry is only 113 experience points away from the next level, and a Droll Magi, that's an underground enemy as well. And that excellent move is over halfway to that needed experience level to get to level 10. Oh, look at what Demon Knights have, Centroid. They've got heal more.
Yeah, that's a no thanks, and probably running away if possible. Although Demon Knights don't really have, well, I don't think they have that many hit points, so if you can kill them quickly, it might be okay. Unfortunately, their Armor Knight for VaeluV, sending him back to start. And
Hangry escapes that blue dragon and finds the armor in the bottom of the Garen's grave. Oh my goodness. The deep dive probably required, since this is a race. Booyah, as they say. I don't know who says that, but I'm going to assume somebody does. Regardless, Hangry looking for the level now on top of it, and we'll see what we get. With those hit points and the armor, you have to think Hangry is going to beeline for Hawksness now. Once he gets out of the cave, of course.
Yeah, I don't believe he's taken a shot at the Stone Man yet. He does probably need to finish exploring the second continent just to make sure he's tied up all his loose ends. I think the only thing left to find is the tablet cave. So there's one check left. I think we found everything that we really could want, though, right? We found the sword and the armor, all 3 quest items, and the flute and the death necklace. So, well, yeah. So I guess maybe he won't care about the tablet cave that much. Oh, he's still missing the token, which
is in Hawksness. And the other thing he does not know is that one of the trade caves is under Tanagil Castle, but that's an easy check with keys in hand. The big difference right now is VaeluV needs to find keys. Really needs to get to the second continent, but keeps getting blocked here, trying to walk to that cave. Here comes attempt number 3.
I don't think Hangry has seen the back of Garenham either. So he's
but with those keys, they're both at the start. That's not even consequential.
True, yeah.
And here's the tablet check for you from VaeluV.
But we can see Hangry is walking his way back out of the grave, so he has to have further exploration on his mind. I'd have to imagine.
No outside spell. Can't cast his way out. So what do we get out of tablet? We get a cursed belt. Apparently, Erdrick was really into breath play or something like that, leaving something like that lying around in his tablet cave. Wow, that joke landed like a lead balloon. Moving on, Hangry now, continue to explore, looking across some bridges, and hopefully not running into a blue dragon. That is just not good. Wonder if Hangry remembers that Hawksness check, but that was a while ago. I mean, a while ago in a 37-minute-old race. But regardless, I have to wait and see where he's going to go to. It's dead ending here, so the exploration here is going to be over pretty quickly. One would have to say, Centroid.
Yeah, I have to imagine he's just hanging out for another minute or so just to try to find the extents of this island, and I'm guessing he's going to hit return very soon.
Whew. There was an empty stat gain, I believe agility at level 11, but that magic point gain, look at those magic points. They are getting up there.
That's a pretty decent range for endgame, both in the 90s range. We can answer a couple of questions in chat. I see someone asked if the tablet is in the randomizer, and it is not. It has been removed. You can pick up a tablet through a item glitch. It won't be the tablet, but you can see the name of the tablet if you have a gold grind active. And people are asking about using a single character for your name. I don't think it makes a big difference in the randomizer because the text speed has been. You have the option to speed up the text a little bit, but it does. It maybe saves you a couple seconds over the course of a race. It's not super
ugly stuff here in the swamp cave center. I just interrupt.
Oh, that's fine.
The spot is the armor knight. Not a very good grindable enemy, especially with no hurt more.
Yeah, and it's got to be. I don't remember. It's not very close to an inn either, is it?
Not really. Neither one's particularly close. I think Hawksness is slightly friendlier, but the Stone Man is also an unappealing grind, as we know.
Yeah, the Stone Man just kind of gets tedious, but I think it might be a safer play. I think it's an okay walk to Garenham to heal up, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I agree. I think this Armor Knight is a little too dangerous and a little too far out to make a good grind spot.
Goodness, that is one of the rudest deputies I've ever seen. He refused to go down, taking down Hangry despite several heal mores. Very unfortunate. And if it has heal more, that is not a grind you want to do. That is a mark You don't want to chug. Oh, yeah.
That's kind of a deal breaker, honestly. That's definitely going to lengthen your grind considerably. Hangry's gonna get his first look in the basement of Tantagel.
Meanwhile, VaeluV is on a wild swamp walk that's ending in disappointment. So unfortunately for Hangry, likely going to check the back of Garanum first and find out the trade cave is there. But I believe Hangry has seen every cave but Tablet. Will Hangry just bypass it? Looks like he might.
Yeah, that sounds right. I think he has seen every single thing except the Tablet Cave.
Bypassing what I think Hawksness was across that bridge up north, I think. I could be wrong on that, but I believe that's where it was. Where is Hangry headed now?
I believe that's Caintland, so he's probably trying to find his coordinates next. Or pick up some better armor. Oh no, he has the Erdrick's armor. I apologize.
He's got everything. He doesn't need anything. The only thing he's looking for is to see if he's got to go to Hawksness to fight that stone man. That's the only reason to do this check now instead of Hawksness first. He knows where both are. It's one or the other. And there's total faith, so he knows now where the token resides. It is in Hawksness, as we know. Belonging VaeluV's already taking down of the stone man. So now it becomes a race of how long does it take VaeluV to find the swamp cave, get through, and dive both caves. Does VaeluV full clear Garen's grave? That is the question.
Well, I think full clearing the grave is a little more appealing than trying to dive Sharlock without the armor. So, I personally, I would probably full clear the grave first. I have to imagine he'll try that.
And I have to try this based on what I see in chat. Round 2, fight! What do you guys think? 7 out of 10? It was okay, I think. Right. Wow, another lead balloon just landed on the lawn. Moving on. Let's see where we go next. Some shockingly wild variants in the ratings here. VaeluV back to Breckenry. Really needs to find that swamp cave sooner than later. The advantage is still Hangry's with the knowledge and the items in hand at the moment.
If Hangry goes straight to Hawksness and picks up his token, he is in go mode. And can just choose his grind spot and level until he's ready to go. VaeluV still needs to pick up the stones and
the armor. And hopefully a shield at some point.
Yes.
There's level 11 for Hangry. Heading north again. I believe that's Breckenry about to be entered here. Indeed it is. So Hangry will probably, deciding against the refill and heading back out of town. So Hangry indeed may have forgotten where Hawksness is. So this could be a bit of a TSN turning point, to put it lightly, as VaeluV heads past Breckenry, continue to explore, but I think the swamp cave is nowhere near this area. As the experience lead maintains here, but whenever Hangry finally locates Hawksness again, it should start opening up for Hangry. Still in control at this point in the race.
VaeluV just obliterated 2 Demon Knights and a Warlock in less than a minute. That was a quick 200 experience point pickup there.
They should wave, Ruler. It used to be they give each other high fives, but this is 2020 and COVID rules dictate they give each other a wave or maybe an elbow 5. That's the best you can do.
I'm a big fan of the elbow bumps.
So we'll have to wait and see what's going on. And I don't know about chasing down and hugging. I think that might be an actual biological warfare crime these days. Regardless, VaeluV taking down a Wraith Knight, rapidly approaching level 12. And right now it's a race. Who's going to find their desired location first? VaeluV desperately searching for those two caves that are on the other side of Swamp Cave, while Hangry is trying to remember where Hawksness is. And VaeluV's really close here to level 12. And yeah, with no armor to block that stop spell, this blue dragon is incredibly dangerous. And gets away at the last second. My goodness, Centroid, that was close.
VaeluV is finding quite a bit of good monsters to fight for this point in the game. So I guess let's do a quick recap really quickly. So we started out with Healmore at level 1 and rather low strength. We had an opening gold grind available to us, which Hangry was able to convert into a broadsword and a silver shield. VaeluV took a little longer to get enough gold to purchase some starting equipment, but we've seemed to have evened out over the course of this race. So we were able to find the token in Hawksness. We had the staff trade in. I believe that was can't remember. I believe that was under Tantagel, if I remember correctly. We had a silver harp in the treasury. The Erdrick sword was sitting in coal, and the armor was in the very bottom of the grave. And what I think we're about to see here is the race is probably about to split here. So Hangry, once he defeats the Stone Man, about to be in go mode, and then just can settle into his grind for the rest of the game. Now VaeluV still takes a death to a red dragon, but VaeluV still has a bit of exploration to do, as Bryce Wolf has said. He needs to get to the Swamp Cave and find that second continent, and which is just going to let Hangry, continue to pile up the experience. And there we have the token. Hangry is now in full go mode and can just grind and go. VaeluV really needs to be efficient. He needs to find good enemies to pick off while he's doing his exploring.
Well, there's a good pick off at level 12 coming here for VaeluV. After these stats, we'll quickly just hit a couple little quick. Nice agility gain, nice hit point gain, and a spell. What did we get? I believe it was Stop Spell is what we gained. As you started that recap, Hangry did spot Hawksness across the water, did indeed get the token, is in to do the trade right now to get the rainbow drop. VaeluV, meanwhile, finding out red dragons do have hurt and they use it a lot. Unfortunately, did die to that red dragon, but red dragons in the wild should be fairly good eats with that hurt spell being cast so much, Centroid.
Yeah, I mean that'll be not too terrible if you can stand in there and they just cast hurt over and over again. That could turn into an easy 255 experience points for you.
So Hangry still in control despite trailing in experience, and something that wasn't in the recap that is worth mentioning. VaeluV, despite not doing the gold grind and being behind early, has dropped 2 metal slimes to really help basically open this experience point lead, made up a gap and has now grown it. So VaeluV getting into the rough area that we see we can see the Swamp Cave. It's somewhere down this way. So let's see what VaeluV can do. I believe it's down this way. Regardless, we see a Stone Man here in the wild now, giving Hangry some difficulty. Gets away, though. And things get bad to worse. Here comes the Armored Knight. So currently, as things reside, I would say Hangry is indeed ahead. Does he know where the other trade is? Has he been in the back of Garum? don't know if he has.
I don't think he's opened the back of Garanham yet.
So he may have forgotten about checking that, and that's a bit of a miss for him, because that's one of those obvious, I've been there. I've already checked it, clearly. Hopefully he figures it out as he goes. Fighting a red slime. Wow. That's some slaughter in the water if ever I saw it. Angry appears to be hunting for the Rainbow Drop Cave. Has not checked the back of Garanham where it resides. This could be an opening for VaeluV, who really needs to find the Swamp Cave as soon as possible. I don't think Angry's looking for a grind spot. Doesn't even have Repel to really make it viable. He knows what's in both spike spots. In the Swamp Cave, we have an Armored Knight with Healmore, and in Hawksness is a Stone Man who's a little more palatable based on what we're seeing.
Yeah, I really like the Stone Man over the Armored Knight. I think we saw that the Armored Knight has Healmore, if I can't remember.
It does indeed.
Yeah, so that's just bad in my opinion.
And for fans of Dragon Lord 2 Breath, Dragon Lord Breath, however you want to call it, the Big Breath, I don't think we've seen any yet, oddly enough.
I don't think we've seen Dragon Lord Breath on anything.
As opposed to the last race I called where there was, I believe, including the Dragon Lord himself, 9 enemies who had it. So both of our players right now try to find some crucial information. And VaeluV's side just needs to find that Swamp Cave to pass through, because that is where the Mountain Cave and the Grave both are, while Hangry needs to go in the back of Garanham, has not been there yet. That's where the Rainbow Drop trade is.
Is VaeluV still looking for Remolder as well? I think he might still need to find some keys.
That's a solid point. Still needs keys, but also the Swamp Cave works because we know there's keys in Mountain. Plural keys in Mountain.
Oh, that's right.
And I believe the swamp's not that far from Remolder, pardon me. Hangry just needs to go to Garanham, but I don't know if he's aware. This is quite the interesting pickle we have going here between our two racers.
Yeah, perhaps he's looking for...
Here you go. Here you go. VaeluV's found Rimmildar, and I believe that is the Swamp Cave to the east of it. Level 12, meanwhile, for Hangry, 1-10-10-2. And is looking at his spells, trying to figure out what he got. Still no Repel. He's probably a little annoyed. And the crazy thing is for VaeluV, no outside still, so no way to warp through the Swamp Cave. No way to leave the Mountain Cave quickly. No way to leave the Grave quickly. Some very limiting support spell issues for our two racers, Centroid.
Yeah, I think if he does the caves in the same order that Hangry did them, he could potentially just death warp out of the Grave if he does that last. That would be the most efficient way to do it, because at that point he would have everything.
He just needs to be able to find an enemy that can kill him at this point. Once he gets the armor, he is going to be very sizably upgraded on defense. Remember, no shield and only chainmail. VaeluV's really running around bare-assed here, to put it lightly.
He has indeed found the... Ooh.
We have a metal slime sighting. Will Hangry finally get on the board here? Unfortunately, no. Could not get it done, Centroid. A lot of attempts, though, to hit it, that's for sure. VaeluV doing a check here. We will see the Armored Knight that's in the Swamp Cave. And it's sneak attacking. That's not nice. Oh, please don't die. That would be horrifying at this point. He's so close.
Thankfully, he's got a lot of heal mores available to him. So hopefully, he can run away before casting 10 heal mores.
Trying for stop spells. Of course, keep in mind as well, VaeluV does not check for coordinates yet, based on the fact that, hasn't had the keys to do it. So let's see whether there's going to be a princess rescue, potentially. Right now, VaeluV just full of everything, trying to get out of this fight.
Oh, he gets away. That is good.
And indeed, Smashy, it appears that Hangry has forgotten that Garanum's right there and has not checked the back. Keeping in mind that you're there so early, and I've had keys forever. Why would I not check? And hey, VaeluV's about to get a third metal slime kill, it looks like. I mean, I was kidding, but oh my god, it's still there. Why? Oh my god, really? I was doing the old commentator's curse. And look at these caves. VaeluV must be super pumped.
He does find the mountain cave first. Quick 5 chests and back out, and then another 5 chests of another metal slime for him.
There's one. Oh my god. I'm just holding my push to talk because I just want to see 2. Oh my god, we're gonna see a 4th one. Oh my god! What the heck? What the heck? What's the most in a race? This has got to be approaching record territory. Outside of when you have enough strength to kill them in one hit. Unbelievable. That's 1,000 experience. And here we go. Hangry's finally into Garanum and checking stuff. There's the stones for VaeluV. Now, does VaeluV just bail out of here and just go back home and start trading? Or does VaeluV check the other cave? This is a crucial moment for VaeluV once out of this cave. Seven to 5 in another race. That's crazy. You gotta think VaeluV is gonna check that cave. At very least the top of grave, you'd have to think, knowing that's the last cave out there. And also rapidly approaching 13. Outside would be a big get here. If outside shows up in 13, Centroid, I suspect we see a full clear of the grave, if that happens.
I think that's the better play, to be honest. Casting return here would give him maybe like, I don't know how many checks there are left, right? He's not getting armor.
That's it.
Yeah, just the overworld coordinates, which he hasn't seen, so.
If outside shows up on level 13, well, you know what? Here's a chance for it right here. Here's a metal slime. 1, 2. Are you kidding me? With that level, we get 14 power, 6 hit points, 12 magic points, and hurt more.
That's a very good level. His attack is up to 126 now.
And I also want to point out that metal slime ran away. Wise decision, son.
I forget what number it is, but VaeluV is very close to the point where he can just straight up hit these metal slimes for more than 1 damage. I think it's 128.
It's like 128 to 130, I think, somewhere in that range. Yeah.
Somebody in chat has to know.
Someone in chat will correct us. Yeah. We're so in sync, it's scary. Regardless, checking the grade. 131, apparently. I don't think it's 135. That's a little high. I think 131 makes sense. The stats continue to get along, and as you can see, Hangry has made the Stone Man grind choice, and despite these metal slimes, VaeluV's lead is almost gone. So VaeluV needs to be able to clear this place on minimal availability, and looks like the herbs were used. VaeluV's going to make the dive, hoping, no doubt, the armor is in here if it's a full clear attempt.
And Hangry has just picked up level 13. We get his Hurt More, his Heal Spell, and another big stat pickup. He's staring at his stats, wondering if that's good enough. He's borderline. I really think he needs another level, but...
Ooh, that is 14 heal mores if you get them all down there. But at 122 attack power, you're looking at 5 to 11. That is pretty tough. You'd have to roll a lot of high-end stuff.
I think it's not enough at this point.
Whereas for VaeluV, it's 13 heal mores, and your attack range is 7 to 14. Again, dicey, but better than Hangry's due to build. So VaeluV now, casting heal, appears to be looking like a full dive, so this is good for VaeluV. This is going to be an interesting finisher, Centroid. Hangry definitely with the advantage, though, at this point, despite all that time looking for the Rainbow Drop trade.
Yeah, Hangry is in full go mode. He's about to settle in for his grind, whether that's 1, 2, or 3 levels. And VaeluV still has to traverse a couple floors of this dungeon, make a couple trades, and then he has to finish his grind. So, and he also probably needs to pick up a shield as well. So, VaeluV has a little bit of homework left to do before he can focus on grinding full time.
Yeah, this could be a serious issue on build. If the strength dries up, as Smashy says in chat, it could be bad for Hangry. A lot of extra grinding, potentially. So with that fairy flute in hand, VaeluV has to decide whether it's time to finish the dive or walk on out of here. And as we know, Erdrick's armor in the bottom of the grave. And that is where we need to see VaeluV go here. Otherwise, this race is going to get very lopsided.
Yeah, if anybody here plays Link to the Past Randomizer, I would say that the bottom of the grave is like the equivalent of Left Side Swamp Palace. It's just a few floors. It's a little out of the way. It might be worth the gamble to skip it, but as we know, there's armor down there, so we absolutely want that.
And someone asking about how come they're on the same level. Their stats are different. There's a different build at play here. Hit points, magic points on Hangry's side. Well, VaeluV, I believe, is on the... Is it strength hit points, or is it some... No, it's not strength. It's strength hit points, pardon me. So you look at little pluses. I believe that tells you what build they have in their stats. Nice little visual representation that you don't get anywhere else. Or I suppose you might get it on RPG Limit Break. You don't get it on Speed Gaming. It's a different ball game over in that chunk of the world. Regardless, I'll actually be right back.
Well, thehangrycanuck has already taken the experience lead back just from, focusing 100% on his grind. VaeluV is about to pick up his armor, and then he will be able to... There's his Erdrick's armor pickup, and now he's technically in no mode, I would suppose. He has a couple trades to make left. He needs to go back to start and trade in his harp, and then he needs to go find the Jerk Cave, which I believe is also near the start somewhere. I can't remember which is where, but I believe they're both fairly convenient to find. Once once VaeluV trades in both his quest items, he will be ready to grind as well. And yes, it does look like VaeluV is death warping out of here. He does recall there is a gold chest in the Tantajol treasury. So, and the closest town, which I believe is Garenham, there is a silver shield very close to start. So it does look like he is trying to death warp. It's kind of difficult with wearing that Erdrick's armor. Let's see what level 14 gets for Hangry. 4 power, 1 speed, 9 hit points, 2 magic.
I gotta say, this could do that death warp. It's gonna take a while because this red dragon uses hurt, but it could be done with the fighter's ring. And I see Hangry has gained a level. Pardon me, I just had a neighbor at the door. I thought there was something seriously wrong. We're all good. Then I had to hunt my cat down. I got it outside. What a fun time. I got it. It's fine.
Hope everything's okay.
That's all good. It's all good. They just want to let me know the garage door was open. They're good neighbors. So regardless, I see VaeluV's done the warp, and we will get a shield grind here, you would assume. Very astute of you, Centroid.
Well, it wasn't me. It was suggested by chat, but
take the credit.
I will take credit for it.
I didn't read chat. Oh, we found Erdrick's sword. Sweet.
That's an interesting glitch.
It sure is. That's not the chest to grind on. Please don't grind on the death necklace one, please. Thank you. So, something interesting. The death necklace chest is replaced by a low-level gold chest. It's like 1/5 of the typical value you get out of a big gold chest. So you can do a mini grind on those. I was worried we were going to get a slow grind there, Centroid. Oh boy.
Yeah, this other chest will hopefully take just another 10 or 20 seconds for VaeluV. Chat is showing us their favorite glitch names. Erdrick's sword is not one I see very often, but yeah.
Is there like a Magidrak sword or something like that?
The sword Magidrak.
Oh, thank you, Guelph. As I was saying, very nice.
It's got to be an interesting shaped piece of metal, to be honest. I don't know what that might look more like an axe or something.
What experience is VaeluV at? Could there be a grind on a dive here? Because the magic points are good, the hit points are good. Maybe a grind on the way down.
He needs about another 800, which isn't... I mean, if he runs into a bunch of star wyverns and green dragons, might not be terrible. Well, his defense is low, but he is potentially picking up that shield very briefly.
That agility is pretty atrocious, though, indeed. It's only giving them 28 defense apiece. So you give them the armor defense, you give them the 20 for the silver shield, you give them their agility, and their dragon scale. It's still pitiful defense out there. Not great. And VaeluV gonna finish the trade game here in a moment, and then the grind begins. Behind on experience, but it could be one of those situations talked about in chat. Does Hangry have to get an extra level? Could be a huge difference, closing the gap as we go on in this race to the finishing kick. And for those bagging on 56 agility, I once lost a race to a certain Ness Cardinality who just meandered through Sharlock with, I believe it was 54 agility, like it was nothing. You can get away with bad agility. It's just a thing. So the grind continues for Hangry. Rapidly approaching level 15 here, only 900 experience points away. So has to kill 7 of these stone men, including this one, to finish it off. I say, as for that 105 magic points, you get down to the bottom with all your magic. That's 13 heal mores. With their attack power as is, it's doable. They would have to roll a little above average, but definitely doable.
Another thing to keep in mind is Hangry with that HP MP build with a large HP gain on level 15 might be in Death Necklace territory if he gets 12 or more, which would definitely just be go time for him.
Well, the issue there is that with the agility as low as it is, the defense power at 78, I believe the Dragon Lord can roll a maximum of 50 on this current defensive power. So there's no agility at 15. It's still a max of 50.
True, he definitely needs an agility boost as well.
Regardless, as you can see, Hangry continuing to build that lead. Is VaeluV going for the dive right now? It might be a grind and dive attempt coming from VaeluV. Very interesting, as Hangry is only 1 stone man away from 15.
He is headed towards Sharlock. And he may feel behind or something.
Well, regardless, we see Hangry about to finish off the stone man. Level 15 about to land. Let's see if Hangry gets some good news or it's no bueno. Let's see. We get 3 power, 3 agility, no hit points, 3 magic points. Not great news, but that does help him out a little, and he's just going right back to the grind. This is going to... Well, okay, VaeluV just placed the drop and is leaving. Very interesting.
No, VaeluV is going right back to his best friend in the whole world, the Metal Slime.
Oh my god, that was one of the funniest things I've ever heard. That was good.
I thought maybe... I'm confused as well, because I saw maybe he's trying to get a quick pickup of 14. He's not that far away from level 14. I think he was just trying to go for a quick... one of the things I like to do is, just grab a quick level where you can. He looks like he's just trying to find 14 and then make his decision. Or he's going down.
At 14? Was outside at 14 or 15?
I don't remember.
Outside showing up could be interesting, because maybe VaeluV grinds on the way down, decides to leave, refill, and then come back in. There is a town nearby. I'm not sure what VaeluV's plan is. I guess just taking the grind in here. So far, the enemies seem pretty friendly, but if he's going to grind and then refill at the town, Hurtmores need to fly on those Hurtmore enemies.
Yeah, that wizard was a very easy 120 for him. Another wizard or green dragon would definitely... I think it's 5625 is level 14.
Spending magic now. It's got to be a grind, go refill, and then probably go. Let's see what VaeluV decides to do. This is not quite the level. You're going to need another fight to get it done. And he has better luck hitting werewolves than I do with the sword, that is for sure. As I say this, there's a dodge and a heal. Well, commentator's curse, I suppose. This will be level 14. What will this give VaeluV for stats? Let's see. We have 5 power, 1 agility, 9 hit points, 2 magic, refill and go if ever I saw. Look at those stats. This is setting up nicely for VaeluV. This should be enough, depending on dive luck. That agility is still really concerning at 57. But otherwise, you have to say, Centroid, this is go time.
I'm still trying to do the math in my head. It's this is one of the more nuanced parts of the game. To be honest, it's just you got to make a really quick call. Do you go back to the grind or do you go for game?
He's down here now. I think he's got to make the dive, especially if he feels like he's behind. It's time to go. It appears might be going for it. Grinding in the top floor of Sharlock is usually your last resort, and indeed it looks like a dive. VaeluV diving for the win, it appears. Gonna have to get down there. That agility is bad. Gonna have to use those herbs judiciously. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, if he makes it down relatively easily, he should be in decent shape.
So with 8 to 16 attack damage range on the Dragon Lord, you gotta figure, based on that, an average of 12, he'll need to hit the Dragon Lord 13 to 14 times. So possible, but every heal more that gets spent will rapidly lower that percentage chance for VaeluV.
I can't recall how many herbs he has either, but yeah, he definitely.
He's full. He filled up at Yarna when he did the trading stuff earlier. Hangry goes down. What is Hangry's experience here? We'll see in a moment. Hangry might attempt a dive, but that magic points could do a dive and grind here.
He's about 600 away. I'm sorry, 800.
I don't know if you saw.
It's 9.
I don't know if you saw that. Wizards have Dragon Lord 2 breath. I was not. That is not nice.
Yeah, Hangry is looking for 9750 to get to the next level. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if he wants to.
It's pretty quick if you go get those Stonemen now, and if especially if there's coals down there to refill at. But 15 should be enough for him as well. It's close. Both of them are close, but it looks a little better for VaeluV looking at what we've got.
If he can get a couple quick fights, he might not even need to make the in trip either.
Well, right. Look at how fast VaeluV's made the dive already to the U floor. My goodness. As I say this, a werewolf becomes very pernicious and will not take off. This could be a problem. A red dragon, but they do like the hurt spell. I would say you prefer a red dragon to show up as opposed to an armored knight. At least reds are very hurt.
Looks like VaeluV has had enough of trying to run, and it's just going to swing away. Might be safer bet, honestly.
Look at that 39 damage. That was a big roll, but good choice by VaeluV. Let's see if the herbs get used. And indeed, 6 on board. Now down to 5. Now down to 4. VaeluV going the right way or right way? I'd already gone the right way. Goodness gracious me, I forgot what side he was on. It's easy to turn around on that floor. Very scary. Another red dragon. Oh, VaeluV didn't learn the lesson, I guess. And is now going to fight after giving away 25. Another attack. That is not good news. A dodge and another attack. Well, VaeluV's going to go. Wait, what's it going to do? What's he going to do? Goes for the heal more. Man, this red dragon loves attacking. My goodness, Centroid. Hangry going to Cole now.
Another
one. Oh, this is disastrous with your agility this low. This is ugly. VaeluV, I think, knows they can't afford to spend another heal more. And here comes the level for Hangry. What does Hangry get? No strength, 3 agility, 5 hit points, 6 magic points. Well, that's got to be go mode. Those hit points and magic points are huge, Centroid.
I think that might put him over the top now. Attack power is decent. He has an extra heal more in his pocket.
But no lead is safe here, Centroid. A lot of red dragon encounters from VaeluV. Small sample size be damned. They seem to be very high on the encounter table. Yeah,
and their agilities are basically about the same too. There's not a huge difference. So honestly, VaeluV made the right call here. Like, if he would have stayed in Hawksness and grinded a couple more levels, he might not have gained too much,
Dragon! That's not terrible news here, Centroid. They have Stop Spell and they have Hurt More. Not super dangerous once you have that armor. And it's going stop spell heavy. How about this? No damage from the guard on the spike tile.
He's in there.
Going for the win. Looking to break 90 minutes. Can VaeluV get it done with 12 Healmores in the chamber and 4 herbs available to set up a double? Let's see how VaeluV takes it on. A Hurtmore to open from the Dragon Lord. Another attack. Another Hurtmore. How's VaeluV going to do it now? Going to the herbs. Sorry, 2, not 4. My mistake. Another Hurtmore. I think at this point you just take him down. A stop spell, though. That's a bit of a break. Can VaeluV get him here? Yes, a big roll, Centroid. Let's get ready to count the damage. Can VaeluV get it done? Going for the win. But a sneak attack. Oh, no. This is in range of death, but it's breath. Close.
Yeah, with that low agility, unfortunately, it's super high chance for a back attack. I'm not sure how the math works on that.
Maximum roll. That was 16 damage for VaeluV. Really needed that. My goodness, needs more of those to get it done though. Another 16. Unbelievable. Back-to-back full damage hits. I've not been counting, but that's at least 32 off 2 hits. On 11, that's more average. That's boring. Could risk at the 47. VaeluV decides to heal. 53 according to chat. That's a minimum roll. That's 61. Hangry now in the castle doing the dive. We've got a 9, another bad roll, a 70. Ooh boy, that offsets those 2 maximums, Centroid.
He is getting low on. Ooh, there's another max.
Wow, 86 now. 5 Healmores left after that one. This is gonna be close. Let's see what the next one is. It's a 13, a solid hit. 99, the great one. Getting rep. There's your hockey reference for all you people bagging on the Canadian, not liking hockey. Let's see what we get. 12, it's up to 111 now. VaeluV, gonna heal at 43. A big breath hit there. Let's see, next attack is 13. That's 124. It's gonna be tight. We have a red dragon on Hangry's side, and Hangry trying to run, unable to get away.
Hangry is having a similar run through Charlock. He is almost
9. Ooh, so close. 133. This might come down to the last swing. It is always the type of fight where you just kind of have to clench up and hope. Another 9, a 142. It is going to be 2 hits. It depends on how well VaeluV lands. A big smoke shot here would be great. A 14 is huge. It's huge. This should be enough unless it's a minimum. It's not. It's a 15. Get out your GG, Centroid. VaeluV's going to survive. A great dive at 14. It's all over. Unbelievable stuff. Big rolls to clutch it out. Can you believe it, Centroid?
It was fantastic. It was super clutch, but yeah, it was exciting for sure.
5 metal slime kills keeps VaeluV in the experience game, while behind on exploration, Hangry forgets where Garenum is, and those are probably your turning points in the game.
This race was incredibly close. Hangry is right here. He also had very little problems getting through the castle, and he definitely has enough magic points. He could even burn another Healmore right here if he wanted to, but he should be in an okay position to win here if he gets through this blue dragon.
I have to say, one of VaeluV's best moves in the dive was deciding to just chop up the red dragons. Instead of trying to run, just start cutting them up.
Yeah, for sure, especially with all those that hurt spell. And I think he ran into a blue dragon as well before this bite tile, so.
Well, regardless, Hangry now are going to attempt the Dragon Lord. Well, you know what? Deciding that he's done at the tournament, he's done in life, wanted half the world and got all the grave. Oh no. Well, with that, Hangry has taken the L. It'll be a forfeit. Hangry finishes the tournament up with 2 losses, unfortunately, and it's all over. GG's to VaeluV. I don't know if we will have someone joining us in the wrap up here, or we're going to leave it at that. I believe there is another race going on, so when we're done here, we're probably going to be thrown into that.
VaeluV did say he will be joining us. Just needs a minute, but yeah, he's on his way in.
Well, get your questions ready, and I believe joining us now in the room would be VaeluV, the winner of this race.
Hey, how's it going? How's it going?
Man, I'm surprised you can talk. Your arms must be so tired from plinking metal slimes to death.
You know, I would have. I don't know if anybody kept a running count. It felt like at least a half dozen.
It was 5. You got 5.
That one ran away after hitting him twice, though. So I don't know if we can count.
You can't count that. Hangry would have at least 3 of them then.
We also have Hangry in the booth with us as well. Hangry, GG to you. This race was incredibly close.
I know what cost me to raise right now.
The build?
Oh, forgetting where the jerk was in Garanham. I was searching the whole map for him, then it dawned on me that's where he was.
I was literally hoping you come in for a post-game Hangry. Based on not finding Garanham and forgetting where the jerk was, this is for you, buddy.
Or I would have been done probably 25 minutes ago.
Yeah, it was unfortunate, I have to say. You did the grind. VaeluV did not do the grind at the start, so you had the equipment advantage. The sword turning up when it did helped turn the tide a little bit. VaeluV took down 5 metal slimes to get an experience lead that offset some of your grinding ahead of time.
Didn't even get one.
Yeah, I just kind of, when I searched all those spots and reset, with the magic key just to see what was in all of those areas, and I was like, oh, I just need to find all the stuff and all the turn-ins are here. I kind of got it in my mind. I need to go explore as quickly as possible. So I did definitely try to branch out there a little bit sooner than maybe I normally would have.
Something interesting I do have to add in. Something happened to VaeluV. VaeluV tried, I believe, twice to get to the tablet cave, not knowing what it was, getting cut off within about 5 tiles of it before getting there the 3rd time and being severely disappointed in the outcome. It's pretty gross that you were putting all that effort into something that was no good.
Yeah, I felt that happen a few times. Or there would, you'd be going and then all of a sudden, oh, there's armor knights in the field here, or getting a little bit of progress and getting sent home. But I just kind of stuck to it, and I knew what I needed to find. I was really happy. It kind of sucked not having any keys until 52 minutes or something. But finding Rimeldar, and then it's like, oh, here's the swamp cave with exactly the other 2 caves that I hadn't found yet. So it was nice that all of those pieces, when I did find it, I was relieved that they were all just right there, and then it was just get this, death warp, and then go.
I gotta say, Hangry found that way ahead of you, and he did the full dive to get the armor, which was a massive get. And there was a lot of debate going on here in chat in the booth whether you were going to full dive swamp, or you might, if you picked up outside along the way, maybe would leave swamp cave. But you made the right choice and dove all the way down, getting that armor. What a location, so far from civilization.
Yeah, I was, I knew that in my mind, I knew that gold grind that I had been waiting for since, the very beginning was waiting for me. And that I really didn't want to have to come back here. I hadn't seen the armor yet. The only other place was the coordinates, which I don't even know if there were coordinates. I never checked to see if there were any.
There were none.
So I knew I couldn't just leave that open and go dive Sharlock without the armor when I've already made it all the way here.
That actually raises another question. I had a question for Hangry. Did you forget where Hawksness was as well?
No, I knew where Hawksness was. I was just kind of saving it for my grind almost.
Okay,
All that time you seen me searching the map was looking for the jerk cave.
That's what it was. Okay, I wasn't sure if you'd forgotten that one as well, because that was a possibility. I just wanted to be sure on that.
No, I knew my token was there. So I figured I'd save the token and get the grind all in one. So.
Well, either way, unfortunately, the second race in a row, you do a 0-minute gold grind. This time it pays off in that you got the shield and a decent weapon. But yeah, forgetting about the back of Garanham, as you said, probably cost you the race. But what a crazy back and forth race, guys.
It did cost me the race because I should have been there 25 minutes ago.
The only thing to keep in mind is that agility was pretty atrocious for the both of you.
I wanted to dive on 14, but I'm like, that agility, you're just not running from nothing.
I risked it at 14. I got lucky, I guess. It seemed like it wasn't until the bottom floors that there was anything really troublesome, and then it was just red dragon after red dragon after red dragon. I ended up having to pop a heal more that I was really hoping to have for the last fight. I mean, it came down to the last swing, and I wasn't even sure. Like, I was lucky I rolled a 15 when, if it was another 9, I don't know if I would have beat that dragon.
Well,
so you went in at 14.
I did.
You win at 14.
You're lucky.
I will tell you, VaeluV, you were at 156 damage until your last swing. So if you rolled an 8 and he had a max hit points, you would have died. Otherwise, you had it. And here the stats come up. And indeed, the Dragon Lord had 165. So technically, you were not 100% on that last swing. If you rolled a minimum, you would have died.
Yeah, I had lost count after seeing those like 8, 9 turn up. I was like, oh shit, this is gonna come down to it. I'll be surprised if I make it. So I was glad that I did. So I really wasn't sure.
VaeluV, you rolled 3 16s, a 15, and a 14 in that fight, but you also rolled 2 8s, a 9, and a 10. So it was wild, the swings in chat and the commentary reaction, including back-to-back 16s. Those must have made you feel good, though.
Yeah, those ones were nice, sticking them with the pointy end, and then I think I must have bashed them with the hilt or something a couple times up, with those 8s and 9s.
And I gotta say, Hangry, I like your going with the taking half the world.
You like my swan song?
Yeah, you take half of the world. That's a pretty good second place prize.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many people have seen that before, so I figured I'd throw it out there.
Well, you're a good man for doing that. We appreciate that. So, VaeluV, you will advance to face Azrael Ravenheart in the next round. I believe that race will be this week.
All right, then I'll have to get in there and get to schedule it. I'm looking forward to that. I'm really excited to be moving on. So I really was. I was like, I probably felt like I wasn't going to. So I'm pleasantly surprised, and we'll be at it, I guess, this week. Yeah.
Well, looking forward to that. It should be a good one. For those wondering, we're almost done the second full week of action here in the Dragon Warrior Randomizer Summer 2020 tournament. We've only got 8 people who are undefeated. They get a little bit of time off, as the bottom part of the bracket this coming week, I believe, is entirely elimination matches. It's going to be incredible. That includes noteworthy names. Among them, I don't know, the number 1 seed, Mr. Holmes, for one, sitting down there facing elimination. But there's a lot of good high-end players really looking down the barrel of a broadsword, as it were. And we'll have to wait and see how it plays out. Good stuff here. Thank you again to Hangry and VaeluV. Any final words, VaeluV, and then Hangry?
No, just thanks everybody behind the scenes putting all this together, as well as everybody who tuned in to watch it. It's a lot of fun, and yeah, I'm looking forward to the next one.
VaeluV said it all. Yeah, thanks everybody. Math Girl for the restream, Renokai for tracking, and Bryce Alpha and Centroid for doing commentary, and yeah, that's it for me. I'll have fun, and I'll play again next year.
Sounds good to me. And Centroid, any final words before we get out of here? I'm assuming the host will be going to Randomania 3 for the other DWR race tonight. Centroid,
Yeah, I guess we'll just draw your attention to the remaining games this weekend. Tomorrow at 8 Eastern, we have Jay Cooper versus Guelph 35 on this one of the Speed Gaming channels. And also at 9 o'clock tomorrow, we have NYC Guy versus Kigalas on one of the Randomania channels. So a couple more games this weekend. And again, yes, there is Cyberdark versus J-Man 1865 going on Randomania 3 currently.
Sounds good to me. Let's get out of here, boys and girls. And we're done.